If you're a busy mom juggling your 9 to 5, your kids, your career, and it just feels like there's not enough time to do everything you need to do during the day, and it just feels so frustrating. But what if I told you that personal growth doesn't really mean adding more and more stuff to your plate? It's just more of a shifting how you approach your days, and it can be really simple. This little tweak that I'm going to be sharing with you today is going to change and create more time for yourself. It's going to change your life and create more time for yourself and the things that you love most. If time is something that you're struggling with, this video is definitely for you, because if you work on yourself, everything else in your life follows. Your confidence, your energy, your happiness. In this video, I'll show you how to make happen even with a very tight and packed schedule. But I want to be real with you here, because I don't want to give you all the BS. And between work, kids, and life, it just seems really impossible just to squeeze in a little bit of me time for yourself. And the secret here is you don't really have to find time. You have to make time by incorporating growth into things that you already do, like commuting. If you're commuting to work, whether you're driving, whether you're taking the train, you can always use that time to bring some personal growth in. Maybe listen to your podcast, Audible books that you can subscribe to, or you can just play that in the background while you're sitting in traffic, and it'll make the time pass, not only on top of the fact that you're also working on yourself. And if you're commuting, if you're in a train, you can use that time to be journaling, jotting things down, planning your day, so you'll be prepared for that week or next week. This is what we call habit stacking. This is where you add another habit on top of an already existing one. And most of the times, these are passive things that you can be doing while you're doing the already existing habit. Another great example is when you're cleaning your house. You can listen to audiobooks or listen to podcasts while doing your chores. You don't have to think. Besides, focus on the main thing you're doing, and then the other habit that you're trying to incorporate in your life, you don't really have to think. It just plays in the background. Okay, I'm gonna share with you my screen again, and I'm going to take you on a mini tour in my Notion. Notion is my productivity tool where I run my life. It literally is my second brain. If you haven't heard of second brain from Tiago Forte, everything is laid out here, all aspects of my life. If you can see on the left hand side, from personal to productivity to business to family to home management, everything is here. And today I'm going to walk you through how I set my non-negotiables 5 to 10 minutes a day through time blocking here in Notion. So I'm going to take you here on my tasks. Here I'll show you all my non-negotiables when it comes to my personal goals. So here is when I work for me, all my workouts. For my family, help my daughter with homework. Everything business related is also here, which ignites my mood, my passion. So for me, it's part of my personal development as well, because it makes me happy. So that's 5 to 10 minutes a day. I've also blocked some time for journaling. I can take you to my second brain. I have a section for all the notes as well, same as tasks. Weekly, I would write down my thoughts, journaling here. My journal last April, the most important thing I need to do, today's wins, what didn't go as planned, and then my journal entry. Usually what I write is all the things that I'm grateful for in all aspects of my life, family and home, my business, my career, fun. And I have this prompt of who brought you joy and inspiration. Here's another thing I want to show you is my daily habits and routines throughout the day. I broke them down in parts of the day, early morning, work AM, evening, and wind down. And where I try to reflect on one win that I did or encountered during the day instead of just mindlessly scrolling through the phone. And another part of my habits and routines. These three things here is that my early morning time for myself. This is when I wake up before everyone else in the house wakes up, so I can really allot that time for myself. I have my breakfast and my coffee. I have to make sure I fuel myself because I do work out regularly, and I do plan my day to set my day up for success, and I do my early morning steps just to make sure I hit my goal of 10,000 to 13,000 a day. These three things are the things that really fuel me. Last of my task every day is I have my cleanup and self-care habit here. And that is how you find time for personal growth. And the next thing I wanted to talk about is how small little habits make a huge difference. All the small habits really add up, because the more realistic it is, the more it will happen. The easier it is, the more effective it's going to be, the more you're going to be consistent. One example I can give to you is when you start your day. Instead of waking up really rushed and stressed out, I want you to start your day with 60 seconds of deep breathing and setting intention. It's very simple, very easy to do. Everyone has 60 seconds to spare. Those are small, easy things you can do that'll make a huge impact throughout your day, throughout your week, and throughout your entire life. So if you incorporate small changes, you're going to see huge results and difference in your life. The next thing I wanted to talk to you about is how to stay motivated when you feel stuck, because things do happen in our life and feeling stuck is normal. And what you can do to get unstuck is reconnect with your whys. Why are you doing these things to begin with? Ask yourself why you want to grow, why you want to work on yourself. Is it to have more confidence? Is it to gain more energy? Or you just want to have a better work-life balance? Whatever it is, reconnect with that root why. And then if you're feeling unmotivated, you can probably change your routine. You don't have to be stuck in that place. You can change something, make things exciting, try a new hobby, or some of us thrive with challenges. Maybe join a challenge group or find an accountability buddy. I'm going to share with you my Facebook community if you want to work with like-minded women that are working towards the better versions of themselves. There's just something about belonging in a community that makes us human thrive. If you need more accountability, if you want to surround yourself with like-minded people, if you are a mom working on your fitness journey and yourself, I do have a Facebook community. It's the Fit and Fab Women. If you could join us, things going on in there, a lot of training and tips on how to navigate your life as a mom while you work on your fitness. So I invite you to join that community. Again, it's the Fit and Fab Women's Community. I'll leave the link of the group in the description below. Now that I've talked about how small little tweaks can make a huge impact in your life, I'm going to give you some examples on what kind of habits will have the biggest impact in your life. The first one is always the foundation of anything and everything in life, and that is here. Your mindset work. You need to pay attention to your thoughts and be in tune with your thoughts and your feelings. And you have to be able to know if they're lifting you up or if they're holding you back. Your reality and how you perceive life is all rooted from your deep beliefs. And if your thoughts are always almost negative, then that's how your life is going to manifest. So if you believe that you're not going to achieve this specific goal, then you won't, because that's what you believe. But if you change that belief and turn that into something positive, that yes, you can do it, then your attention focuses on that. And the more you focus on that goal, the more you'll notice that you'll be working on it, you'll be implementing it, you're going to change the way you act upon it, and then eventually, next thing you know, you've achieved that goal. And the next essential habit that I want you to work on is your personal development, which is read or listen to something that'll help you grow and something that will challenge you. Okay, my vacuum is loud as fuck. Let me stop it. It's scheduled to do every morning, and not now vacuum, not now. So there is a lot of content available now in the internet, and you have an array of options to choose from. You can read a book, you can go on YouTube and watch hours and hours of video, you can listen to podcasts. If you're on a hunt for something that you can listen to while you're working out or while you're doing some chores, I would like to share with you podcasts as well, and I do upload it on Spotify. Here it is. It's so easy to habit stack this with things that you're already doing. So podcasts is definitely something I do recommend because you don't have to pay attention. There's just no excuse. I mean, people of the previous generation before us, like my parents, I always try to be gentle when thoughts come in my head, like, why the hell are they doing things the way they are? Give them the benefit of the doubt that they didn't have the same resources at their disposal like we do now. So that's why they are the way they are. Now we have more information that we can consume, really. And please take that to your advantage and use it for the betterment of your life. The next essential habit I want you to do is physical fitness. I mean, if you follow me, I am a fitness coach, and that is what I'm all about because it's something that's tangible. Physical fitness is something you can really work on and really physically see results. So if you exercise, if you hydrate yourself, if you eat and nourish your body with whole foods, you can see all the results of physically, and you can actually touch it and feel it. And that alone will boost your confidence. It will just make you feel better inside and out. Exercise is definitely on top of my priority, and you're gonna see that in my habits and routine tracker, my strength training weekly, and I also have that in my daily non-negotiable tasks right there, strength training. So I have them scheduled on the days that I could usually strength train, which is during my work from home days and the weekends, and then I just check it off. It's always going to be on my daily task list, front and center, so there's no excuse, there's no way I'm going to miss it. That's something that I do weekly, where I plan my meals, make sure I have all my recipes and my ingredients in place. I also do my grocery shopping using this list, and I do this weekly every Saturday morning to make sure I am set for the upcoming week. So here's my recipes. I also want to show you something you can do to make sure that your meal planning is on point. Here, beautiful pictures. Everything is categorized for breakfast, lunch, and dinner and snack, and then it's linked to this thing on the right here, my recipe shopping list, so, and my meal planning. So every time I click on a recipe here, I could schedule it for what day of the week. If I schedule it on Monday, I click that Monday, and the magic happens where it transfers it here on my meal prep schedule. So it transpose, you can see if you click Monday, all the things that I've scheduled, all the meals that I've scheduled for that Monday, and it also transfers here on my recipe shopping list. So if I choose the day I want to shop for, let's say just one day for Monday, that recipe that I scheduled in for Monday will filter all of the ingredients here in your shopping list. You don't have to do multiple things. It does it with just one click. Then I just check it off as I'm in the grocery shop. And the last essential habit that I want you to work on is setting boundaries. You have to learn to say no to things that doesn't serve you, and be able to make time for things that really fills your cup. Everything starts from you. If you don't take care of yourself physically and mentally, you're just not going to have enough to serve the people around you, especially your family and your friends. So if you learn how to set the boundaries, it's okay to say no. You can't be a people pleaser all the time. It's okay to be a little bit selfish sometimes, because at the end of the day, you're not really being selfish, because you're doing this for yourself so you can better serve others that you love. And those are the biggest habits that make the most impact. Now I want to talk to you guys about how to balance a self-care with family to make sure you have enough time for both without sacrificing one or the other. Is that a freaking plate? Are you serious? Yep, it's my breakfast. Okay, make sure I don't have any yogurt crusts. As I was saying earlier, self-care isn't selfish, okay? It allows you to show up in your best version for everyone else, right? And a practical ways to balance this is micro self-care moments. Like what I said earlier as well, you don't have to be doing this grand changes in your life. You can just tweak small little things, anything you can squeeze in throughout the day. I mean, if you have time to watch Netflix, if you have time to go out to the mall and go shop, does anyone else still do that? Because I do all my shopping online. But anyway, if you have time to do all those other things, you most likely have 60 seconds of micro 60 seconds in your life to squeeze in these micro things. And these micro self-care moments can be like deep breathing before meetings at your work, or stretching while you're making dinner, waiting for something to boil. You can do a little bit of stretching on the side, or even just playing your favorite song. That's something you can do while doing all these other things you need to do. And that's how you make time for both your self-care and your family. And the next thing you can do is delegate when you can. Again, it's not selfish. Don't try to do everything for your family. You're only one body, one person. You're going to reach burnout if you do. So try to delegate, try to have your family involved with things. This is not only going to help you, but it's also going to help your kids in the long run, because you're teaching them life learning habits that they could carry on as they grow up and be also better versions of themselves. And then to make sure that everyone is doing their part in this family, because I am not a one-man show, okay? I cannot handle everything by myself. I do need help, and I do need to delegate some tasks either to my husband or my kids. So a great way to do that is a shared family calendar. Notion has an integrated application for calendars. This is synced to my Google Calendar and my iCal calendar and my Teams calendars at work. That's my shared calendar with my family. Everyone is connected to that in their iCals. One schedule is available for everybody, so if I do need help for a certain time and day during the week, I can see who is available and who's not. And the last one is the point I also made earlier, is to set realistic boundaries. Because if you set boundaries and you learn to say no, then you can say no to the things that doesn't serve you and make time for the things that does. And that's how you make time for your self-care and your family and whatever else that matters to you. And if you've been waiting for a sign to start prioritizing yourself, this is it. These small changes lead to big growth and big changes in your life. And the best part, you don't have to wait for that perfect time. You can start now. You can start with these small micro habits and start seeing changes over time. So if I were you, I would save this video so you can come back to this in cases where you just need that gentle nudge and reminder to work on yourself. And please let me know in the comments, what small changes are you wanting to incorporate right now so you can start seeing that growth? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.